Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before I go into this video, I want to say thank you all so much for the love, for the support. I mean, the subscriber count in the last 1 month has been crazy, it has been massive. All thanks to all of you for always engaging my videos, always commenting. When I see comments, when I see the likes, it always touches my heart. So yeah, I love you all and thank you so much. So yeah, let's go straight into this video and we're going to be talking about concept and ideation. I know many of us, we open our design softwares or whenever we get a brief, always thinking, how can I create a design that has a good concept that me myself I will like and my clients will also be wowed or surprised. Yeah, we're talking about concept and ideation. Let me use simple terms or in simple words. Concept is simply the idea that you have that you want to execute. An ideation are like those building blocks or the stages or phases that you have to pass through in order to execute a concept. I need to know that a concept can either be solid or it can be weak. But trust me, I'm teaching you how to create solid concepts. And yeah, so the first phase in creating a design that has a solid concept is research and inspiration. I remember in the last video that I dropped there on my YouTube, there was a brief that was spelled out. We looked at the brief together and we were able to research and find out how we could able to come up with a solid concept for that. So if you haven't watched that video, the video is going to pop up somewhere here on the screen. You can go back and watch it. So in research and inspiration, you're just researching about the brief, finding out designs that are already existing or finding out designs that already exist maybe in a different niche and seeing how you can bring that into your own work. Inspiration from different inspiration sites, Dribble, Behance, and all of that. But we Christian creatives, our inspiration is from God. God is our source. Second phase is your mind mapping and word association. Finding keywords in your brief and bringing them or breaking them down into their simplest terms and trying to find out how you can interpret those words visually. As a designer or as a creative, it makes you see a design or a brief in different angles. You can decide to come in that direction or come in the opposite direction. So that's why mind mapping and word association is very important. You find words in the brief, you find their meanings, and you see how they can be interpreted visually. The third thing is you sketching or doing a rapid prototyping. Sketching is always important because some of us, some designers already have the idea in their head, but the issue might be execution. So doing a rough sketch of maybe typography, the kind of type that you want to have, layout, composition, maybe a subject that you want in your design, your focal point, all of those things should be considered while sketching. But I know most of the time, some of us work in agencies, some of us work in fast-paced environments, and you don't have time to sketch. It's important that you sketch, especially if you have the time. And the next thing is mood board and visual direction. This can come up in the research and inspiration phase, where you find out different directions you can take your design in. I also had that issue earlier in my, will I say, my learning journey, because I'm still learning, where I was trying to do a design and make use of different visual directions and didn't work, and I got correction and feedback, which is the fifth phase. Go to that shortly. If you are taking your design in, let's say, the modern approach, you want it to be modern, let it be modern. If you want it to be maximalist, let it be maximalist. If you want it to be minimalist, let it be minimalist. Or if you want it to take the vintage or retro direction, you need to specify it. So all of that is done in your mood board and visual direction. This makes it easy for you to decide the kind of elements that you want to use. Like for instance, if you are taking the, let's say, new brutalism approach, you know you are going to have a lot of drop shadows, a lot of shadows. It's also going to influence the kind of type that you use, also going to influence the kind of colors that you use. So you determining the visual direction is very important because it makes choices of elements or choices of design assets very easy. And the last thing, like I said, the fifth phase is, can someone tell me? The fifth phase is experiment and feedback. It's important that you have more than two, or let's say 2 to 3 design concepts, so that you'll be able to fall back on one concept if the other one is not approved. I'm going to show us that in an example that we're going to look at together. So, like I said, take feedback as, will I say, as gold. Best that you even have feedback than having no feedback, because feedback helps you to see the work in the eyes of other people, and you are able to make corrections, and that way you become better. Let's look at how I come up with concept. Let's say do a concept breakdown. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so yeah, this is a tool that I use called Miller Notes, and when you open it, this is what you see: different boards. So all you have to do is come here and just create a new board. You open a new board, but for this tutorial, I already created my board, so I'll just double tap on it, and yeah, here we are. So why I love this tool so much is because let me show us an example. So let's say I go here and I just go to Pinterest, and let's just, okay, or let's find something. um okay, let's say I like this. Okay, I like this, but I'm looking for a poster. So let's say, okay, I found this poster now, and I want to get inspo from this. I can just go here, I can paste it, I can come here, I can put it here. And one beautiful thing I like about this is I can, where is that part? I can come here and take this color, um what word will I use now? Take this color, will I say palette now, and I can sample colors. Let's say if I wanted to use colors similar to this, I can sample the colors, and it gives me the X code, and it also gives me the name of the color. So I can do this for different colors, and I mean, so this is beautiful. And imagine, for instance, let's say I'm working with reset now, and let's say I didn't come up with this yet, and I'm trying to come up with concept. I can just, like now I was searching for what is reset. So one best way to get concept is, like I said, research, and also what I called mind mapping. So it's as simple as you searching for reset and checking the dictionary. What is reset? It says set again or differently. Let's go and look for, let's say, synonyms now, or you can search for reset. Okay, I saw something now. Similar and opposite words. So now I can see 61 synonyms and antonyms for reset, and I can see strongest matches. So now I can find these different words. I can see transformed, reconstructed, reconstituted, amended, corrected, rectified, reestablished, revolutionized, revised, reorganized, renewed. So I think, let me take renewed. I can decide to come here, take my notes, and just say, okay, I have renewed. Renewed is one of the things I have. I can just do comma. I'll create a new note, and um, where was I? Okay, renewed. I can see transformed. So now, me taking the design in, will I say, the renewed direction or transformed direction, it's not going to, I'm never going to design it this way. If I'm saying renewed, if I'm saying transformed, I'm probably going to be thinking of maybe someone being transformed, you get, or that part of the Bible that says I will behold him in a glass being transformed. So I can decide to maybe use that memory verse and come up with a concept. Or transformed, I can show the renewal process of what can I show the renewal process of? Maybe a butterfly. from or show the metamorphosis of a butterfly. That shows renewal as well. So if it was renewed, if it was transformed, like I said, this mind mapping word associations, now I can see different directions in which I can take. So let's look for other words. Now I can see reboots. So this is even giving me other ideas. Okay, reboots. So now I have these three words. Let's see, these are my strongest matches now. Yeah, these are my strongest matches. Okay, so this is even showing me variables in both, variables and rearrange. Okay, so let's see, let me get one more word. Strong matches, restart. This is saying restart, load. So let's say I have these three words now. So the next thing I need to do now is taking these words and searching for the meanings of these words again. So you keep on doing it and doing it. Let's search for renewed and see what renewed is saying. So renewed is saying resumed, reestablished, or revived. Similar and opposite words. Resume, return to, pick up again, take up again, come back to, reopen. This is giving the example of maybe someone opening a door or something. Begin again, start again, restart, recommence. And these are just words. But another thing that can help you visually is you going to maybe images. And when you go to images, you begin to see what people have done or what is already existing. And you can decide to, oh, okay, do I want to go in this direction or do I want to go in the opposite direction? You get. So, so for this one now, it was talking about resets and it was talking about timely reset. It was, I think, it was a meeting on the last day of December last year, like a crossover meeting, and it was talking about resetting. It's time for you to start again. You're starting a new year. So it's like you resetting the time that you have lost in the past and a new beginning you get. So the idea I had, I just searched for reset time. I can see, okay, I can see examples. I could have decided, okay, I wanted to use this reset button. This could have also worked. I could have decided I wanted to, like as you can see, the most common thing here is this reset button. Okay, I can see a stopwatch here. I can see stopwatches, and I can just say, okay, let me search for research stopwatches. I can see research stopwatches, and I can see stopwatches. And for me to get quality stuff, sometimes and most of us we use free pick. So I can decide to go to free pick and let me just search for maybe a stopwatch or something. And I can see a stopwatch and I search for stopwatch, but yet I'm seeing an hourglass. So that's the thing. It's like, as I said, mind mapping and word association. And what free pick does is, or almost design resources sites, what they do is they take that word. It's like the same process. They break those words into its simplest meanings and they try to find, let's say, visuals that represent what you searched for or what is close to what you searched for. If I search for stopwatch, I'm seeing hourglass. Now, this can give me another form of inspiration. I can just decide to use this hourglass. I can decide to use this hourglass as well. As I'm going, I can see this hand as well. So this can also work as well. It depends on what visual direction I'm deciding to take. So this could have also worked as well. This is, you can see a hand pressing let's say the reset button of this time and back to 0000. So that would also work as well. But the direction I was taking, let's go back to my Miller notes. The direction I was taking was, I had this futuristic sci-fi. That was the direction I wanted to take. I took it with all risk, knowing that this concept might not be, will I say, accepted. But I took it with my full chest and I went in that direction. And as you can see, it's giving this, let's search for That's the thing, you can get inspiration from different places. Like they said it was giving Doctor Strange vibe, and I wanted to give it this futuristic look. So let's even search for stopwatch futuristic, and let's see what we're going to get. Okay, this is futuristic. You can also see this hand as well. So I search for stopwatch and futuristic, and these are examples I'm seeing. I can let's take this to Pinterest because sometimes you get I can't remember how I got it, but let's see stopwatch and futuristic, and I can see these examples here. So I search. I found the image that worked well for me, and I used that. So mine was giving this sci-fi kind of feel. I'm not doing a design breakdown, so this is just explaining how I came up with this concept. The stopwatch as well. This was just to add a bit of, will I say, drama to the scene, so that something is actually happening. The two hands, I would have used one hand. I don't know. I just wanted to give it that feel where you're like, you get, and I was able to achieve that, and I used like this glass block showing like a break in time. You get, it's not a usual process. Looking at this direction that I took, this was giving time travel kind of vibe. So a break in time and showing the whole process, that was why I took this direction, and this just added a little bit of sci-fi futuristic kind of look. So I decided to go in the futuristic direction, so it was easy for me to decide the elements I wanted to use. So now this one was more, will I say, literal reset. You can see an hourglass. My decided to ask me, why is the hourglass on fire? This is a prayer meeting, so I decided to add, okay, fire and an hourglass, and also still added this just for dramatic effect. And this fire here as well, I also added fire, but blue fire, blended it into the background, because if I made it this orange, it's going to be overwhelming when the, let's say, viewers are viewing it. So two directions. This one was just the hourglass on fire, just depicting prayer meeting and also showing the reset, while this one went in the traveling back to time, the futuristic approach. So basically that was how I came up with this concept. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you were able to learn something from this video, and let me see what you can do with this. You can tag me on Instagram showing how you were able to create your designs, whatever you're doing using this same process, and I can't wait to see the results. Thank you, and yeah, see you in my next video. Bye.